Alrighty, so this isn't a fun video to make, but I figured I should probably film this since this is what I'm working on. I came down here a day ago, yesterday morning, and looked at my berm, Sirius, and he was covered in snake mites. I had snake mites, a problem with them a year ago, and then again a few months ago. I thought I had killed all of them off, but clearly I haven't. They didn't come from any of the new animals, because upstairs in the quarantine room, the retic doesn't have any. Haven't checked the anaconda enclosure yet, but I don't think the anaconda has any. So I think they're just down here, mostly in this stack. So first thing I did, here I'll just show you guys real quick. First thing I did was I got all the substrate out, dumped it out, have all of his decor in there. You can actually see some of those black specks in there isn't dirt, some of them are mites, some of the floating ones are mites. So I got all of his decorations, and you can see a couple of mites crawling around on his hygrometer. So he's actually currently in the bin that says house snake because I couldn't find the lid for his container. I have him soaking in lukewarm water to drown as many of them as I can. And I'm going to take chlorhexidine and just spray it all over the enclosure. Make sure I can get track. And after that sits for a few minutes, I'm going to come through, wipe it all down, and then I'm going to steam clean the enclosure, and I have to do that for all 4 of the snake enclosures. Say hi to the Tegu. He's out this morning. Oh, I do want to address something real quick too in this video. I actually don't know which video is going to come out first, but Stark here, yeah, he's in that 4-foot enclosure. A 4-foot enclosure is too small for a Tegu his size, but these are 8-foot by 4-foot sheets of plywood, and I have 2x4s upstairs. I actually have to bring these back upstairs. I wasn't even thinking about it. I have to stain these, so I get paid again in a week. I'm going to use most of that paycheck. I'm getting dry lock to seal the enclosure. I'm getting a nice stain, and he is going to get his new enclosure in a week or 2. So again, I don't know which of these videos is going to come out first. Don't know if it's going to be his new enclosure video or if it's going to be the snake mite video, because this is an important one. If you have any medium to large collection of snakes, the likeliness is you'll deal with snake mites at some point or another. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get rid of them. Okay, so you can see I got everything sterile. I forgot to film a lot of this, but I sprayed them with this stuff. It's Rid, head lice, and bed bug spray. So I sprayed it all down with that. I don't know how I didn't catch these sooner, because I come in here like I'm down here every single day, changing waters, making spot cleaning, and he is covered in mites. I'm sorry, bud. What we're going to be looking for, though, is seeing dead mites on the paper towels, because I can already see mites on the paper towels, but I just sprayed it with the Rid, so that should start killing them off. Yeah, I have them all over my hand, and I didn't even have them in my hand for more than a few seconds. Yeah, this sucks, man. I'm gonna repeat this process every couple of days until all of them are gone. So on to the rest of these enclosures, because he almost certainly has them. Actually, I can see one on him right now, but I don't see him as bad as on the berm. And Dark Eyes is soaking, which is a telltale sign. If you have a snake that doesn't normally soak, and you see it soaking, good chance is that it might have snake mites. And they can come in everything. They can come from like a new substrate from a reptile store. They can come on your new reptiles. They can come from a friend's house if a friend has reptiles that may or may not have a couple of snake mites. If they're not caught immediately, they just blow up and you get them everywhere. Yeah, so we're going to get this taken care of. Later today, I'm going to pull him back out and rub him down with olive oil. Olive oil doesn't hurt the snake, but it suffocates the snake mites that are on him, and that'll kill the vast majority of them. And the rid spray will kill any eggs that may have been laid anywhere. You just don't want to do the olive oil treatment right after you soak them, because they could get blisters from having the water trapped under the oil. So yeah, this is the worst. I'm gonna make sure that they're all taken care of. Make sure he gets all of them off. And hopefully in about a week we'll see some real improvement. Yeah, hi Dark Eyes. I'm getting to you, don't worry about it. So one thing I will say is that I did see a couple of mites on the boa, but only a couple. Not nearly as many as what's in here. I might see more when I get this completely cleaned out and get the paper towels down. But for the most part, it looks like Sirius up here has the majority of them. But he still has a ton of them, but I think that this infestation might not be quite as bad as I initially thought it was, because I thought they all had them as bad as he did. But I had the boa out. The boa rode the hook for a minute, because if I don't use the hook at least to get him out, he'll think I'm feeding him and bite me. So I just pulled him out with the hook, and I checked the hook, and there was only one mite on the hook, and he was all over it, so only one came off onto it. So, gonna keep getting all this cleaned out. Hopefully I can get this sorted out a little bit faster than I thought I would. Alright, so same deal with this one. I'm letting it air out for a quarter of an hour. I'm gonna actually open this door halfway too. So when that's done, just putting same thing up here, just the hide water dish in there, and then moving on to the boa master, and then the house snake. House snake, I haven't seen any activity for mites in. I was looking really thoroughly through the substrate. Didn't see anything. I just emptied his water, by the way. So he's not been without water. Alright, enclosure 2 is done. It was aired out. Again, just a hide, water bowl. He's hanging out there. And that hide is big enough for him, by the way. It might not look like it there, but it is. I imagine he's probably feeling a lot more comfortable. There's not nearly as many bites on him now. They just keep falling off. You can see them all the mites that aren't moving down here that are dead go all the way around. But they'll be taken care of sooner than I thought, for sure. And then I'm just going to preventatively do treatments with this rid stuff every 2 weeks. Even after all the mites are gone, I'm going to just pull them out and do it on their normal substrate, because I don't want to just keep them on paper towels forever. So, have Dark Eyes and Licorice, and there's not a snake down there, he'll be fine. And then I'm done with the snakes down here. I'm also going to take care of the yellow anaconda at some point soon and just preventatively treat him. And I already typically do this stuff when I clean anyway, but I don't usually do a full clean every couple of weeks. But I did a full clean on the retics enclosure 2 days ago, and I sprayed this in there, so he should be fine. Alright, so this is going to be the last update for this video. I think I'm filming like 4 videos between the next day or two. This being one of them, the Tegu enclosure. But I'm going to show you how the mite situation is looking. So there's Sirius. Quite a few dead mites, still not as many as there were the last time I did the treatment. But there's also no mites in his water now. And when you look at his chin, I don't know if you can see it super well, but there's not any mites under his chin, which is good. Actually gonna spray his enclosure down because he needs the humidity because it's winter. And going down here, you can see a few mites, but not too terribly many. But yeah, so glad I caught this when I did. Mites are about gone, so not very worried about it anymore. Dark eyes down there didn't get any, neither did the house snake. I checked them both over very thoroughly and neither had any mites, so I think it was just contained to these 2 snakes for now, and then I caught them before they spread farther. So I'm going to continue doing the treatment that I've been doing. I'm going to spray them with Prevenamite this weekend, and I might be able to put them back on substrate. It depends on how many dead mites there are on the paper towels afterwards. But yeah, so glad that is taken care of. Forgot to film an outro, so if you enjoyed this video in any capacity, please click like if you haven't done so already. Highly consider subscribing to the Reptile-verse. New videos every Thursday and shorts throughout the week. Be sure to join me back for the next video. Next video is all about building this mammoth of an enclosure for my Tegu. And I will see you guys then. Peace out, YouTube.